Okay, test, yes, we are back. I'm Libruini and this is Xibalba. Welcome to Dominion 6. We have the late spring in the year 4 of the Ascension Wars and things are exploding all at once. First we managed to finally get Alteration 6, now we are rushing to Conjuration 7, which will take a bit longer, before we are finally getting back on track for Conjuration 9. Then we have Pythium, putting up the Forge of the Ancients, which I think is a global that makes forging of magic items a lot cheaper and is extremely dangerous. The next bit is another Diapotent, but this time we don't get any special message. I looked ahead and I think the second global is the Gates of Horn and Ivory, which is giving more glamour gems. So Pythium is racing forward. We're saving one from death, and we got lots of sea trolls. But funnily enough, while we are now seeing both of Agartha's underwater forces with huge blocks of elementals and shard guards, they are keeping them separate and taking some more underwater provinces instead of crushing us like the grapes we are. Then we see a little attack from Pyrene, managing to raid a Pythium province. Nothing big going on here. And then we see Asphodel attacking Ebesia with a giant block of fucking hell. And yeah, Asphodel, our ally, who of course still wants to win the game, has blocked us up from what is left of Ebesia. And Asphodel will now eat Ebesia completely, getting closer to victory. Yeah, okay, this battle, that was as much as a battle as the two battles I skipped. Then a second weirdo shows up, because this message here means that another false prophet has shown up. But at least we killed the first one. Let's see. Yeah, there are the idiots again and the prophet. And then our flyers stab them a lot. But we still managed to lose a couple of units. And now we have to do this over again, because there is now another one. Oh, this game sometimes. After this, we lost one of our scouts to our friend in Werk Eno. Yeah, that is one scout less we have. Then Mu is under siege, but nothing happens. Escape, yeah, we have to start over again here. Int, a nation that we haven't seen in this game because they are fucking far away and get dumpstered at some point, has been permanently destroyed. Poor bastard. So back in the battlefield, Mu has now 5 dudes, and this is the most obvious trap I've seen in a century. It's clear that at least one of those two armies will move immediately back and try to slaughter our defenders, which we of course don't want to. On the other hand, we now have a shit ton of those fuckers here. It's maybe even a bit much. I really wish I could type in a number or something instead of having to click like this. So I am getting another block just to even out the numbers. And the others can back to research for now, because we don't have infinite gems. And I want to keep some back for elemental spam underwater. So yeah, so now our siege defense, well, our siege strength has grown. And those big fuckers here will be negating a large chunk of our attackers, hopefully. We'll see the effect as soon as those armies set foot on Mu for real, and then our timer will run down. On the other hand, our insane forgery, wrong shortcut again. Ah yeah, of course first. So we have a full list of globals now. And as you can see, the players closest to victory, Agartha has 2, Pythium has 2. Asphodel has 2. And I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Pythium even has 3 now. So they are now running ahead. It looks like Asphodel has the most real estate. Pythium has the most magic, and Agartha is trying to move on from being third placed to first place by taking our stuff. Of course, as long as I can't get more thrones, they're still not exactly winning. On the other hand, there are 2 thrones here. Agartha has 1. Oh, that's ours. 2. And if they get 2 more, there might be even a contender. But right now, Pythium is the one in the lead with 2, 4. Ah, okay. No, Asphodel is still the one. Holy shit. It looks like we have almost equal... Well, okay. If I look a bit closer, it looks like 6 points for Asphodel is the current runner-up. Then we have the other guys who are still fighting each other for new thrones. So this is interesting. So these guys now have to continue patrolling Escapner because there is still an idiot. I'm still forging earth boots, but only 2 now per turn. The insane first boost isn't needed anymore. I can boost our research in the capital a bit, since those majors are probably too far away to help us anyway. Forge earth boots. And oh, good. You two can go back to research, please, then. Our god is also back to research. He might be shitty, but he has also a lot of magic paths, so he's still at 22. Respectable. We also have some troops here, and since Fountain Minnesota can't move anymore, I'm giving him some emergency troops. And then add some flyers to our flyers. Yeah, nope. There isn't a second flyer. I only have this one yet, not for now. So, and this mage isn't really good at leading troops, so let's move our wayward idiots over here. No idea what the game there this. We just removed them again. Yeah, you can go over here too. And then we give our main god a guard. So now we have some defense on our capital again. And we are mostly down to scratching the bottom of the barrel. Right. Concerning recruitment. At least we now have, well, okay. The one with the less awesome armor gets this shit. So now he has some more and better defense. Protection, of course, is almost the same. Simply because our shit wasn't too good, I think. Do I have a second attack frog? No, because I ran out of money this turn. But okay, we don't need horse brothers because they can't go underwater. And yeah, I think more frogs won't help us anymore. So now I can recruit some stuff again in the capital. Another big frog, and then we'll go back to mages. Oh yeah. Protection, 13. Yeah, his obsidian curse is kind of not awesome, and they really need that helmet. So now we have this guy. A little bit upgraded. He is now invulnerable against everything that isn't a really hard attack. And he can cause his enemies to run away. And if this happens in assassination, there's a good chance that this target will die. Or at least remove itself from the province it's sitting in. Now, the main problem we are having now is to forge some kind of weapon for our slow frogs. The Star of Darkness. 10 magic damage. Attack causes fatigue. Armor negating, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Because frogs don't have shields and are really bad at. Then there's the Brave Sword. It costs a lot. And it's a partial life drain, so a frog would be able to heal himself. The Implementer Axe gives even more fear and additional pillage powers. Not sure I need this, but it also gives armor piercing. So this would be useful. The Implementer Axe needs 5 of each. And let's see, we have some Astral Gems. But we can also Earth and Death 1. So and this guy has Death 2. So let's give him this one. The second frog. Ah! Shit! Lot of fuck. So, sorry for the short interruption, I am back. So, we are now forging a Wraith Sword. And one of our poor dumb assholes has now the job to forge something else. Do we have some shitty mage rack we can? Nope. We have several death mages, but... Well, let's see. You have 15 and you have exactly the same. So I'm taking this guy here and alchemize some more death gems. We still have some earth gems here, so I'm now forging the Implementer Axe. So now both frogs have some useful armor, a helmet to not instantly die against some really bad luck, and a good weapon. And then let's see where we're going from there. I don't have any nature gems, right? Yeah. So we can't forge anything else. We have glamour gems, but no glamour mages, so there's other neat stuff for assassins, but unavailable for us. So anyway, we have also in our current repertoire a full 7 of these guys. We also have armor and horn helm ready for the next guy, and then the frogs will have weapons too. So I'm adding +1 to magic resistance for our pretender, and then yeah, so that's all I can do here. Most of what is going on is, I think you don't need to preach anymore. It's over here. And of course we want to start with the lower classes here. No reason to risk one of our big mag mages just because. That's one shatter mage more. Then we've recruited this guy here. Another shatter mage more. And this one. Yes. So we're getting up in numbers. But of course things can go wrong really fast if you... Oh, there's still this guy. If you're depending on stuff here. So I also have to make sure I'm not sacrificing everything. Just this on... Fuck, nope, 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 sorry. Taking those out and then giving them more boots on the ground. So anyway, and you, my friend, can also have boots back now. So this means we have one major earth caster, several major water casters who will probably spit out water elementals instead. One death mage I have no idea what to do with. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I have him twice bound, so I can use him to look if he can find what's deceasing troops in Silvermark, because I'd like at least some gems out of that trouble. And then let's see, from those, well, we have a shit ton of those weird level 3 mages, of course. And for water gems and other spells are the level 4 and 5 mages probably better. So let's see, how many can I put... okay, and that is of course priestly business. Then let's see how many I can put together. Yeah, Yeah, I probably don't need everyone casting water elementals. So let's see, one of those two. Then we have these. Homemade. They also should probably all research for now. So. Yeah, okay, why not? Three, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, those water mages, sadly. Then we have these guys here. 10, 11, 12, 13. And the others are too far away. They have to sit this one out, even if only one of them even has level 2 Earth and can power up. So that's 14 Shatter Mages. 14 times 5, well, the first turn is of course powering up. And then they need the entire rest of their casting level chance of taking one out each. So that's 13 dead Earth Elementals. So it's a bit risky, but we are already down from nearly 200 to 60 gems. And we also have water elementals we want to get somehow. Luckily, our enemy has split up his armies for now. So one thing he could do is, of course, move one army around and move one back on Mu. And then concentrate forces on Mu. And then it's on us to pry him off. Thing is, of course, we can all do this faster than we can send troops there. But we also have to start moving, guys, if we want to do something. Well, of course. One good thing is, of course, since Baptizer is a bit in an odd stretch, we can use it to send troops out of here and then reinforce Beatra. In both directions, that's one turn. So I sent this little guy out here. And yeah, of course. Ha! Yeah, I'll have these guys here, but no way to actually use them. I have to put those in storage here, because I have no way to use them underwater. And then I'll transfer over here in 2 turns. And then we have to do this here. Everything gets committed here. Over here, please. Yeah. Several of the guys can apparently move fast enough to get there in 1 turn. Yeah, some frogs I leave behind as an emergency defense. Yeah, and these guys can come with us for now, because Beatra is still on the surface and they are supposed to walk on the ground anyway. Then more flyers, in case the army to the east of Beatra is actually brazen enough to walk onto land. Because then we might get lucky and manage to snipe away their leader without any troubles. Plan C is of course assassins. Maybe this will help us out. So, and that's it, possibly. Everything I can do here. Except for one little thing, of course. I can, of course, switch things around. Because my level 1 casters are also awesome now, because I can... Oh, those are water and death. And fuck, I don't have a temple here. Well, that's awkward. Ah, I could just leave them here. And let them hide. Just in case, because they may be the dumbest of my frogs and completely without equipment. But hey, maybe if they fail, Agartha gets lured into a false sense of fuckery. We also have no money for a new temple here. Great. Since everyone is starting to move here, there's really no reason to do all this recruitment here. It doesn't do jack shit for us. Is something going on, Crater? Nope, that's okay. No, that's all the money we have. It's not enough for a temple, which means we can't get the tiny ones here. I'm guessing we have to give those here. Oh, yes, of course. I'm still making little shoes. Earth boots 1, earth boots 2. So I guess why not? Or earth boots 3. How many are here? 1, 2. Okay, so those are the last 3 earth boots I'm making, and then it's good enough. Those guys will then have double duty. As long as there are giant mounds of inanimate objects made of stone moving around, I'll have them cast Shatter, and if that's not really important anymore, then I can get them to use Frozen Heart instead. And of course I will have to put them out in front. That will be interesting. I have, of course, all my dumb frogs, 200 here, minus the flyers, of course. And I have approximately 200 here, and then we have the dumb frogs here. Of course, not that many. 37 only. So I might get up to something like 400 frogs if I keep everything together. That's a lot of frogs to work through. And the only reason they are even here is because we want them to protect our idiots here. Still, fast. Well, I'm running out of time, so I'm leaving this scripting to next turn. Don't want to lose all progress here and stale out. So Lipluini out. And we're back. As soon as the game finishes loading, thank you. Oh great, mentally attacked by an enemy mage, but he resisted. Oh great, so there are astral mages randomly attacking stuff here. It's probably not even targeting me, just trying to get some of Pyrrhina's mages. So let's move out here and hope the scout can survive another attack if it comes. We got more sea trolls here. An annoying pop-up because the bot on our Discord managed to wait a couple seconds too late. So now we are slowly getting down here in the boonies, where the number of gems is telling us, but anyway. Yeah, he did actually move the units back here. And there is another stack now, so that's a lot of shit we have to account for. That will be a gigantic battle, I suppose. We are marching up to Continuation 6. Messages. Battle in Trollwoods. That was here. Ah, great. I'm guessing Asphodel doesn't want us to finish the one gimmick I wanted to do, and our alliance is now over, I suppose. Alright, not that we can do anything about this, so we just ignore this now. Yeah. Yeah, that's an event about dead children. Not much I can do now. Oh, we're finally having damage here. Wow, that's a lot. We lost a bit over half, so we have one turn, and then fucking hell breaks loose. Yeah, that will be incredibly painful, I suppose. Our main army is still several turns off. I have no idea what Asphodel is doing here. Except, of course, getting greedy, I suppose. It's possible he wants to go for our throne now. Because everyone is trying to win. All alliances are off. Not that it matters much, because Asphodel is winning on all fronts if they get more thrones. And all we can do is causing enough losses on Agartha's side that they are certain to lose. All our idiots are now here. And we have... it's getting a bit hard to see. Where are the fucking idiots without boots? So, boot for him. Boots for him. And boots for him. So. Well, Agartha has done things perfectly, because at one point I even had an army that could eliminate large numbers of undead, plants or otherwise. But since we're now committed to fighting Agartha, well, Asphodel will now get another capital, I guess, and another throne, and Agartha is losing by attacking us. It's kind of funny. They probably think they can turn things around, but probably get a bad news if I'm seeing blocks like this one with with approximately 1,000 units moving around. On each turn that passes, all the combined free spawn adds up to probably something like 1 or 2k units more, roughly. Scaleria, of course, also goes in with tons of undead. So we are kind of the odd people out here with our frogs and some undead mages here. So, we still have our treasury here. And we can't really do anything because... Ah yeah, I remember I stopped the shoot. Well, okay. We can do one thing. A bit late, but I can build another temple here now. And add some more frogs, because, well, why not? We'll be losing a bunch now soon, anyway. So, next turn the biggest idiot army in the world will be prepared to go battle with giant monsters made from stone. Well, let's see how much damage we can do. Right now our goal isn't even to win, just to cause enough losses that Agartha will be helpless and crushed under Asphodel's endless hordes of plant zombies. We also have our flyers, of course, but those aren't going to do anything as long as Agartha is smart enough to stay in the water. One thing we can do, of course, is preparing our two... Yeah, okay, we don't need anything more here. That's pointless now. We have everything we can squeeze out of our economy. And if we lose, then we lose with our boots on, I suppose. Well, where's the second death rock now? Here, you, my friend. You're getting armor, discard, god, partial life drain, or implementer and fear. Well, why not give both fear? And the one with this one now has bigger protection, so he doesn't need this as much as the other frog, who can now get partial life drain, which he probably needs more if a hit comes through. So now both of those will go to active status into the water. Here. Sadly, I don't have anything left for them to script except from attack whatever is in the back row. just rush forward as fast as they could. I mean, I could set them to poison dart, but chances are they'll be attacking mages, and if they manage to miss 1 or 2 times on their way, and that's it. They will probably dogpile by some magic bullshit. So let's just rush them across the battlefield as fast as their little froggy legs can do, which is not very much anyway. Thing is, of course, poison dart 12, so they will be doing a lot of walking anyway, so that's kind of a pointless thing to do. Oh, what the hell, since they have to run anyway, I'm putting them to fire. So now they will run until they're in range and then probably get 1 single dart out before they're in melee combat. Let's give those guys something to do here. And then I'll ask Asphodel what the fuck he is doing. Because it could just be that it's an accidentally step over. I don't believe it, but hey. Stranger things have happened. So now we are getting to orders. Wait. I have 9, and yes, I have 1 free slot. That's probably number 10. So summon Earth Power, now we are up to 3, and Shatter is down here. Yeah, a level 3 caster can now use Shatter. And Shatter is Fatigue 20, so kind of mild. Well, it's a big spell, but it only hits 1 type of enemy and 1 of those. And we're putting it on advanced because we're putting our boots on the ground here. Now let's script this. Now we can give each of our idiot suicide squads the power to cast insane amounts of shattering power. Yeah, here we have... Oh, Curse of Stone. This is actually fine. That's actually enough. It's probably getting him up to level 5 now, and then you can cast Curse of Stones at something like 75 and can get through the other spells without taking a nap immediately. That's good. Yeah, fuck it. We don't need blessers. We need walking weapons. You, on the other hand, can go blessing. Yeah, nope. Sorry, we need shattering. We need all shatterhands here. Did I miss anyone? Shatter, shatter, shatter. All shatterhand. No, you can shatter. You are shattering. Yeah, we don't need any blessers, but there's not much that a priest can do against fucking earth elementals. So I leave the decisions to the AI, for better or worse. So more shattering, shattering, shattering. And that's it, really. Anything left in the tank? Nope, just this weird nose-looking thing. Slave's heart. Sounds icky. We have, of course, still more guys moving in. So let's give them the gift. And puts them forward. I need some place for the frogs to put down the frogs, of course. But the mages have to stand for as close as possible to the enemy, because after turn 1 finishes, there is not much range left, so I kind of have to hope that the scripting will eventually start hitting the assholes. So we don't really have that many. Let's do the shattering thing here. Okay, you have... Yeah, okay, you can send out School of Sharks. Why not? Better now. Let's see. Yeah, and you can go shattering. Whoop. There is of course an alternate scripting I want to make for our little water mages, but there is not much left after concentrating so many earth idiots here. There's not much really I can do now. Yeah. So, okay, so since these guys don't have our big boots, I'll have to do something else with them. Ice Shield can only be cast underwater. Yeah, well. What is Alteration 6, my friend? Frozen Heart. Well, it has a bigger range, so you can't just hope for the best, really. I also have Water Strike, which has better range. It doesn't do anything against heavily armored targets. While Frozen Heart, as long as something is alive, will hit them. And it will, of course, not target the inanimate objects right in front of them, hopefully. Kind of getting desperate here. So now the question is, what other shit don't I need anymore? Three, 4, 5, 6. Well, this I don't think I need anymore. But we have surf. Okay, this is 6. 6 is redundant. Well, let's override 6. So now we have Frozen Hardcasters. And this alternate scripting I can of course use with the other guys too. Yeah, I'm not so sure that this would work out, but hey, why not? Let's give them some games to blow. And do we have something useful here now? I remember we unlocked something here. Gift of Formlessness is just 1. Friendly Currents. Yeah, why not? Every little bit helps. Since I'll be breaking in here, I'll put them out front. The other guys, please. Ah, thank you. Hopefully they'll be clogging everything here. And in case this doesn't work, I'll have the lesser guys. Yeah, no. I have no idea if the shard guards can even get close enough. Do we even have sacreds here? Nope. Okay. Oh, we still have a nice number of these clans. Not much we can do with those. So, did I forget anything? Yeah, advance and cast spells, of course. And I am overriding again. Yeah, because it's dominions and I really don't want to end up losing, not because of bad planning, but because the guys didn't obey orders. So cast spells is interesting, but advance and cast spells will mean they will try to get into range. They will give it a good old college try. So now let's see how much damage these guys can do before going down like bricks. We have secondary lines. Those. Oh, let's see how many frogs we can make here. And we have our precious super infantry here. All the other frogs are stacked out in front. As far forward as I can. Because then I can put our shattercasters in front. Without them immediately having to step inside trouble. Our flying units and our idiot mages. So yeah, there's some more flying bullshit going on here. So the basic firing line begins to take shape. So hopefully all those procs can survive long enough for our mages to actually do some damage before things start getting ugly. Yeah, the scout is kind of funny. So now we have these idiots all mixed up here. I'm scrolling to see. Yeah, okay. Still some guys left over. But nope, not in the middle of the emptiness, please. Yeah, probably a bit behind anyone else since they're just there to support. The cleansing water doesn't really matter now. Pierce resistance could probably help out a bit. Eight. Okay. Stygian skin gives this. It doesn't matter, we need more water elementals, not all this shit here. 7 is this one. Okay. Well, let's exchange School of Sharks with another water elemental. Because we probably need more elementals and less sharks overall. And why not? It's a level 4 fucker. So he can probably actually shark it up. So I'm giving them ammunition next turn. Doing this here now because it's probably too costly having them cast that other spell. Ah, Frozen Heart, here it is. Falling process of course idiotic. Is going under the water. We'll of course have to do some last minute changes if it turns out. Let's see, we need friendly currents, right, if we go under the water. Friendly currents. So we'll probably need to do some changes on the fly if he actually climbs on land. Shatter and Frozen Heart will still work, I think. Frozen Heart, Frozen Heart. It's now, of course, now I don't see one of those. Preparing for rear attacks here, because if we just manage to kill one of the few leaders on our side, we'll already have one, despite everything else. Nope, instead it works over and below the waves. Now that's nice. Friendly currents will probably be exchanged with a spell called Quagmire on land. So now let's fuck some shit up. Shatter and Frozen Heart alone won't win us any battles. So that's the first step. Next turn we'll have 2 more blocks of frogs and flyers. And these guys, no idea what I have to do with them. Probably stand them out in front to die. Yeah, okay. That's all the preparation I can do. Hopefully our... well, okay, here is undead plant zombie, so whatever is going on there, I really hope we can at least find it before he is stealing the throne. So we are assembling now our counter Agartha force, while our bait force will keep them there for us to march on them. Then all I can do is rush forward, and that's it really. We'll either survive this and get to Lost Land, or we don't. I mean, at this point we are surrounded by so many amphibian undead nations that it doesn't matter anyway. But for once I would have liked to see Lost Land in action. But really, for a spell that... yeah, it's hard to research. Level 9, let's face it, is far down the line. And with all the other spells you need to survive. Can be kind of hard to get at it. Well, let's see. At least let's have some major battles before our frogs are crushed under the plant zombie horde. Libluini out.